Hello, I'm Shelley's and today I'm going to be doing my July wrap up and August to be read. So like a lot of booktubers, July was a good reading month for me because of the booktubeathon. I read 10 books. That is more than I've ever read. That is like double more than I've ever read in 1 month. So that is great. Before I start, I just want to say that I don't have all the books to show you. Some of them are on my Kindle, or I borrowed them from a friend or the library, so I'll just put a picture of them like here or here somewhere. When I'm mentioning them, there'll be a picture of the version I read. So the first book that I finished in July was Catching Fire, and I finished this in like 3 days. It was great. It was great. People have told me the second book is the best, and it is. If you didn't like the first one, which I did not like the first one, okay? It was okay, but I was like, why? Why do you all like this so much? And then I read the second one and I was like, oh. Yeah, it was good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. The second book that I finished in July is Now by Maurice Gleitzman, and this was a reread. It is the third book in the Once series by Maurice Gleitzman, I think. I think that's what the series is called. And I didn't like this as much the second time I read it. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. It is really quick to get through. And I do recommend this series if you haven't read it yet. It is a middle grade series though. The next book I read was A Scandal in Bohemia by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It is one of Sherlock Holmes' adventures and it was really short, and I listened to it as an audiobook, and I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't enjoy it that much. The next book I read was After by Maurice Gleitzman, and I really enjoyed this one. This one I haven't read yet. It's the 4th and final book in the Once series by Maurice Gleitzman. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was The Little Prince, and I'm not going to try and say that name, but you can read it on the cover. It's like Antony something. It was translated from French, I believe, and I really liked it. It was a classic and it was really short, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read has been on my shelf forever, and it is A Distant Echo by Val McDermid. I finally got to this. It's really long, and I finished it, and I didn't enjoy it much. I had a hard time rating this. I was going to give it 3, but then I gave it 4 stars out of 5. It was pretty good, but it just dragged on a bit. The next book I finished in July would have to be my favourite book of the month, and that would be A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I don't know if you guys have heard me rave about his Chaos Walking trilogy. I've only read the first book, and the first book may or may not be on my TBR pile for this month because I need to reread it, but I absolutely love his writing style. This book has illustrations in it. If you can see that, it has some that has like a full page like that, and they're all black and white, and you can see the cover as well. They're all that kind of style, and I really recommend this. It's so quick to get through, and it was amazing. It's like poetic, and oh, it was so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I finished in July was An Abundance of Katherines by John Green. This was my first John Green novel, and I knew I wouldn't enjoy it as much. I don't know why, because most people say they don't enjoy this one as much, but I read it and it was really funny, but it just dragged on a bit. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was funny, but the story was a bit weak. The next book I finished is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, and it is the first book in the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. And this one, just like City of Bones, was a bit slow to start because it's building up the world, but I did end up really enjoying it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I finished is Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl, and I just really wanted to read this. It's so short, and I was like getting a bit desperate in the readathon, and I just loved this book as a kid, and I still love it. It's just so great. It's just genius, really. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, you know. And the final book that I finished in July is The Twits by Roald Dahl. And again, I love this because it was a childhood thing, and I got this in a Cheerios box, like it says it on the back. I got it in a Cheerios box, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I don't enjoy this one quite as much as Fantastic Mr. Fox, but it's still amazing, and I love it, and it's funny. Moving on to my August TBR, I started off Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children on the last day of the readathon, and I found it really hard to get into. I thought I would enjoy it more than I did, and I wasn't enjoying it that much, so it's now in my August TBR pile, and it's the 4th of August now, and I've finished it today, so, but yeah, that's in this TBR. Next book I'm planning on reading in August, which I've already started, is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I mentioned this earlier in this video. It's long. It's my favourite book ever. Like, people are like, I don't know what my favourite book is. I hate it when people ask me that. This is my favourite book. This is my favourite book. Read it. Do it. Do it! After I finish The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, I plan to finish the series with The Ask and the Answer and Monsters of Men, both by Patrick Ness, and those are all the books in the series, the trilogy, and I am so excited for them because people have said that it ends really well, and I read The Knife of Never Letting Go like 3 years ago, and I don't remember exactly what happens, so I just need to reread that one, and then I can continue with the series, and it'll be amazing. If I finish that entire trilogy, which I don't think I will, I'll try my best, but they're all pretty big books. If I do finish them, I will read the second Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This will be my first read of them. First. Don't kill me. It's okay. I know. I'm doing it, okay? I'm getting there. Just leave me a... That's intimidating, okay? It is intimidating. That is 870 pages. It doesn't even look like 870 pages. Like, they look almost the same, don't they? This one's like 500 and something, 870. That's intimidating, but I'm excited because I really love the first book. So if I do finish the Chaos Walking trilogy, I will be reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. So that is all I have for this video. Let me know below if you've read any of the books that I mentioned, and let me know if you want to see a review of any of the books. I might be doing a review of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Just let me know if you'd like to see a review of that, and maybe Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Just let me know if you want to see any reviews of the other books that I read, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!